Okay, for those of you who don't know, that was Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Christmas Eve in Sarajevo, okay? Excellent band. I just saw them when they came through here in Vegas. Don't you know, they really, really, really cool band. Been around for a little while here. It's awesome. If you saw that commercial on TV with the Coors Light where it's all dancing to music, that's them. But they got that idea from a guy who did that to his house with lights. And again, that was Trans-Siberian Orchestra. But yeah, they take Christmas songs and turn them into heavy rock songs. So I mean, they're awesome. They're doing the right thing here. Yeah, so that'll be the song we'll be learning today, and we'll be learning all the parts of that. So let's go on for a close-up. Hope you enjoy the Christmas specials. Okay, hey guys, Jonathan Higgins from Guitartopia here. Wishing you a Merry Christmas, and I hope you had good holidays. Yeah, so this is the last Christmas special episode that I've been building up to. I hope you guys all like it. It's by a band called Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Look them up if you get a chance. They came through in Vegas. I went and saw them. It was real cool. And this song is called Christmas Eve in Sarajevo, or sometimes it's called Heavy Metal Christmas. So yeah, it starts out, the first 12 bars is resting for the guitars, but it starts out with a really cool piano part that sounds kind of like this. Flutes and such come in, and then now I kind of picked and choose. This is a concoction of both guitar parts that I kind of put together here. One guitar part plays a muted open string, okay, but it's open, then okay, it's just open and the 5th fret. But that's not the part that I've chosen to play here. Instead, I like the heavy sounding open E minor chord here that you hit. It's the open 6th, 2nd on the 5th, 2nd on the 4th. Oh, sorry, I turned that down a little bit here, so yeah. Alright, and you hold that. You get the cues from the music. You can tell when it's gonna, hit again. Okay, and then you start in on this. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of moving around. Okay, 8, 7, hammer onto 8 on the 2nd string. Then 9th with the vibrato on the 3rd string. So. Okay, and then you come into the part that a lot of people get scared off by. It's really not that hard. Just practice it and you'll be able to play it, the same speed that they do. It's not too hard at all. And there's a couple of variations that I'll be showing you here too that you can do. But the first part's really easy. It's just 12 and then 12 twice on the 1st string, so then 10th on the 1st string, then 13th on the 2nd string, 12th on the 2nd string, 12th twice on the 2nd string, 10th on the 2nd string, 12th on the 3rd string, 10th on the 2nd string, 10th twice on the 2nd string, 12th to 10th on the 2nd, and then 9th on the 3rd, and then 9th 3 times. Okay, so oops, sorry. Okay, and then you play 9th, or hold on, I'll show you one of the variations right here. Okay, so you can play, okay, or, which as you saw, I went down to the 8th here instead of the 12th. Okay, so, alright, so, or, same exact thing, whichever one's easier for you. Okay, and then you move on to this, which is 9th, hammer onto the 11th on the 4th string, 8th, hammer onto the 9th on the 3rd string, 7th to 8th on the 2nd, 5th to 7th to 5th on the 1st, and then 8th on the 2nd. So, eventually you'll be able to play it that quickly too, and that's actually faster than he plays it, so don't worry about it too much. And then he plays that twice. And then he just plays the lead up, just the 9, 11, 8, 9, 7, 8. Okay, and then he plays that twice though. And then he moves up here, and he does 16, 16th on the 3rd, hammer onto the 18th on the 3rd, and then 16th on the 2nd, to hammer onto the 17th, and then the 19th on the 2nd. And then 15th on the 1st, 17th on the 1st, 19th on the 1st, 20th on the 1st, 22nd on the 1st twice, with a vibrato, and then 22nd again. And then you rest. You rest and you rest. And then it comes back down here to 9th on the 3rd string. Okay, you hit that twice, and then down to 7th on the 3rd string, and then 10th twice on the 4th string, then 9th and 7th, 9th and 7th again, 10th, 10, 10 on the 5th, then 9th, 7, 7th. Okay, so that whole thing is 9, 9, 7, 10, 10, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 10, 9, 7, 7. You rest for a couple seconds, then you play the same thing. Then this is where the change comes in. You don't go to the 7th, you hit the open 6th, and then you go into the E minor again. Okay? So that is the first part of the song, and you hold that and hold that and hold that and hold that, and again you listen to the CD for changes, and then you rest for 2 bars, and then hit it again. Okay? And then comes in probably my favorite part. It's the easiest part, but I just think it sounds the coolest with all the rest of the music, which you'll be able to download all the background music too at the site. Okay. It goes 12, it's all on the 1st string, okay? So you don't have to worry. 12th, 10th, then 7th, already bent, okay? So put the, okay, so you gotta give it a real quick bend. And then 7th, just by itself, okay? So this is basically, you know, kind of sounds the same. See, you can play like that, but it doesn't give quite the same effect as the bend on the 7th, so. Okay, and he plays that 3 times, and then he goes back into this. Okay, but then this time, instead of going into the, or, excuse me, I'm sorry, he does do that. He goes straight from this to this,